What is going on, guys? Narcoleptic Nugget here, and we are back with yet another spawn peeking video. I'm going to keep this intro really short because we got a long one today. So I'm going to be breaking down all the spawn peaks on the map KANAL because it's been requested so much. So without further ado, let's get into it. Actually, before we get going, I just want to say one thing. I've been getting a lot of comments asking me, how do we know where they're going to spawn? Well, you don't exactly anymore. Like before, you used to be able to check where the drones spawn and then you can kind of get an estimate, but you don't. So my suggestion is to just peek whichever spawn is closest to the objective. That's pretty much the best way to do it in my opinion. But yeah, just keep that in mind as you're watching this video, and let's get into it. So for this map, there are 3 attacker spawns to know about. We have construction site in the east, sailboats in the south, and floating dock in the west. My operator of choice for peeking on this map is definitely Jaeger. KANAL is a huge map, so Jaeger's speed makes it that much easier to get to your spawn peak in time, as well as rotate to multiple spawn peaks within a round. As well, because this map is so big, I suggest using his ACOG scope as well as his suppressor. Because this map is so big, it's hard enough to find where people are peeking you from, but with his suppressor, it gives you that much more time to shoot and be unnoticed, or at least not be able to be spotted. Alright guys, so I'm going to kick things off by showing you guys construction site spawn. So over here we have where the attackers spawn. They spawn on the other side of that truck right there, that yellow truck. They have a few options as to where they can go. They can go along that wall over there. It's lower, so they actually end up coming out about there. And then from there they can go this way. They can go through here, they can go over here, so that one's kind of a tough one, but the way that most people go from this spawn is actually between this truck and this wall right here. Okay, so that's where most people go, I find. And then they can also go up the stairwell up here, and the other option is they can go around the house to the back over here. Now let me show you guys how to peek this. So our first and most obvious option that most people use to peek this spawn is actually this window here on the top floor. It directly faces the spawn. The only problem with peeking this window is it's extremely obvious. If you break this window, it's like the first thing they're going to see. So it's a really tough peek. Although it has really good vision of everything, like you can see over here clearly, you can see over here. Like I said, they're expecting this one the most, so I would tend to avoid it. But if you're going to peek it, just pick a side, like break out either the right side and then move to the right so you're at least covered by this and peek this way. Or break the left and peek this one so you're at least protected by the wall over here. You know what I mean? So at least you have some protection. But I wouldn't recommend peeking from this window just because a lot of people do it. So instead of peeking this window to the east, what I prefer to peek is actually this window over here. You have 2 options here, but I prefer this one. You punch the left side of it and you lean to the left, and as you can see, this is that opening. I don't really know how to explain it, along the edge of the water there. So if they went that lower path, this is the way that they're going to come out. And a lot of people come this way, so if you wait right here, you should be able to get at least one. Alright, so the next peek is in the control room over here. I don't know what it's called actually. Oh, it is called the control room. Nice. You can peek this window right here. This is again a really common peek, but yet again a really good peek. So over here you can see pretty much exactly where they spawn and where most people go right here. Great vision. As well, they can come down here. The only problem with this one is a lot of people peek this one. So again, a lot of people expect it, and you're probably going to get shot at right away. So use this one at your own risk. Alright, so the last spawn peek from the top floor at least for construction site on this side is actually this window right here facing the south. What I like to do is actually, now you have to get better at timing this one because this is not like a peek you can stay inside for. So what I like to do is I like to count to, I don't know, 8 or 10 seconds. Maybe that's a bit too long, but yeah, 8 or 10 seconds. And then what I do is just hop out and try to get some kills right here, because if they are out there, they're not expecting this. They don't see this window broken. You can't see it from that angle. So if you pop out and you happen to have someone right there, it's an easy kill. There's no way they're expecting this. And yeah, easy headshot. Alright guys, so we are on the 2nd floor now, and we are pretty much underneath where we were peeking just previously. And so we are going to peek the construction site from this door right here. We are still on the east side of the building, and what I like to do here is just punch the left side of the door and lean, and you get great vision of exactly where the attackers spawn. This is a good peek because this is actually a tough one for them to see, and you get a good, and like I said, you get good vision. The only problem with this one is that you are exposed to anyone who goes along the back way and pops out right there. So my suggestion is peek this one, and if no one comes within the first like 5 seconds, then either switch your cursor to right here or just leave. If you do switch it to right here, you're probably going to get spotted and have a shootout. So yeah, just letting you guys know about that. I would suggest leaving. Peek it and leave. From this door, if you go in here, This one's not a peak because it's just nothing. But this one is. This is another one that I don't really recommend peeking from. Once in a while it works really well because you can't get vision. Okay, so you can't get vision of exactly where they spawn, right? But that's kind of a good thing because they won't see you right away. So this is actually a good peek if you're going to peek this side more so. But again, you're probably going to get spotted eventually before people even get around there, and the team might communicate and tell them where you are, and then they just come around firing at you. So this is a tough one. Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend this one, but it's still a good peek. Alright, so over here. So directly beside this window we have this one over here, which is another good peek for people coming around right here. This is a little bit easier for them to see than my top window, so I do prefer the top window over this one, but it's still another great peek. Anyone coming around this box probably won't expect you, and it's easy kills. Alright guys, and the last peek for this building is actually in the garage. So what you want to do is you want to go to this window over here, or sorry, this door, lie down, and punch out the corner. I prefer punching the corner just because it makes it so much harder to see you. They do have a tendency to look at this door when they're spawning, so if you peek it from down here, you're less likely to be spotted. So peek it right here, and again, you have great vision of exactly where they spawn, and easy kills. Alright guys, so the last spawn peek for this construction site is actually on the other side of the map. So I'm in the west building now. Here, let me show you guys where I am. And if you punch up this window right here with the barbed wires, can you kind of see where I am? The spawn's way over there, but if you punch this out, and you have to have an ACOG for this one, but well, you don't have to, but it'd be pretty hard. But yeah, that's the spawn right there, so you can get great vision of where they spawn, as well as anyone coming along the side here. And I mean, this is a really tough place for them to see. Although it's directly in front of them, it's really far away, and you know, daytime, nighttime, whatever, the glare makes it hard for them to kind of see this window. So yeah, you should have a lot of time to at least get one kill here. Alright guys, so for the sailboats along the south, let me just show you guys what it looks like.
You will be detected by hostiles. Your location has been compromised.
So the attackers spawn right there on that dock, and they have three options once they spawn. They can go up this ramp over here, kind of ends up behind this van. They can go up this stairwell right here, or they can take this skinny stairwell over here. So let me show you guys how to peek this. Alright guys, so we're starting off with the main entrance door on the west side building, or the west building, sorry. And most people peek this door. This is like the first thing they think of. My only suggestion for peeking this one is to break the bottom right corner of it and wait with your cursor on the middle stairwell. This is like, I don't know, this is the best option, least visibility for them. When they come up the stairwell, they probably won't look here directly, and you'll get at least a few shots on unsuspecting people. So the next peek is over here, again a very common one. For this one I suggest punching on the left side of the window and actually waiting for people right on this stairwell. This way at least you're protected from people over there. You back up so that you have this wall here, and you just wait for people right here. Again, if they're expecting you, if their team sees the window broken over there and tells the teammates that are coming up the stairwell that you're here, you're probably going to get lit up real quick. So this is a tougher one, but I mean it still works when they're not expecting the peeks. You could peek way back there, but it's just not as good of an angle. Okay, so that's the main entrance right there. Now we're going to peek these windows right here, and again, this is a really common peek, but what I do for this one is, for this right window, I punch the very right side of it, and I wait with my cursor right on the other side of that flip van, because you know, if you punch over here, yes, you can kind of see them as they're spawning a little bit more, but they'll probably see the window broken and then hide behind that fence, or you know, get behind the van, and it kind of like throws off your peek. So what I like to do is I like to wait right here. When they come around the van, they're probably not expecting it if they haven't seen any windows broken yet, and so you should be able to catch them off guard right there. For the left window, however, I would punch the left side and try to get them as they're coming up the stairwell. Where is it? Right there. I would try to get them back up, so again you have protection from the wall, and yeah, try to get them as they're coming up the stairwell. They'll probably see this one pretty quick, but yeah, it's a great peek still. So as we move into the model room here, you have a few options. I take the same approach as I did with those ones. For this window, either punch the right side and aim for people coming around the van right there. They probably won't see the window broken, so again, easy shots. Or punch the left side and aim for that stairwell right... Oh, I can't find it right there. There it is. Aim for that stairwell right there, and you should be able to get them as they're coming up. They're unlikely to see this one broken. It's pretty far away, so this is a better peek than the previous one. But yeah, you have options. There's a lot of windows on this one. This one's not really good for anything. It's just a lot harder to peek from, and yeah, I don't really like this last window. Alright, so the last one on this floor is actually this door over here. A lot of people peek this one, and it is effective because, I mean, you don't really expect it, but you want to lie down and punch the corner, and you don't have much vision, but if you nail a shot from here, like, you're very safe, because it takes them a while to get all the way over here. So you punch the bottom corner and you get them as they're coming around the van, or maybe even like if they run in front of the van. I don't know why they would, but you can't stay here too long because they will come around this way, or even come from the construction site spawn. Well, I can't even talk. Construction site spawn, and so you want to hurry up and peek this. If you don't see anyone, then I would suggest leaving. Alright, so if you head upstairs here to the top floor, and you punch the right side, same idea. Why? Okay, whatever. Punch the right side and wait with your cursor around the van here. Again, they probably won't expect it unless they see it broken on the left side here, because they kind of have, you know, you can kind of see it from over here. But if you punch the right side, they shouldn't be able to see it. They'll come around the van not expecting it, and boom, they're dead. Alright guys, so from this spot up here on the top floor, you have one more option, and that is to come over here and break this wall. So I broke it open just so you guys can see, but what you want to do is hover to the bottom right side and break a little hole, crouch, and then you have great vision of the stairwell over here, as well as you can move even more to the right and like break it right there, and yeah, look at that. Like, if you made a little tiny hole, there's no way that they're gonna see this, so you can just wait with the cursor right here and catch them as they're coming around the van. This is a really great spot. Alright guys, so let me show you guys the last spawn, which is the floating docks. So I'm gonna jump over here just to show you guys where they spawn. So they spawn way over here on that platform down there. So when they come up here, they have a few options. They can either go up this stairwell and go this way. They can go the way that most people go, which is straight, and then they come around this corner right here. Or some people go under here and come out right here. So let me show you guys the peaks for this one. Alright guys, so the first peak is a really standard but a really good peak. It's actually through the door that I just went out of to show you guys the spawn. So what you want to do is you just want to come up here and at eye level punch the right side of the door. What? Why? Okay, there we go. And then you get vision of this corner right here where most people come around, and you have to be quick right when you see them start firing, because again, they'll probably see this pretty quickly, but if you catch them off guard, easy couple kills. The next one is on the other side of this little, I don't even know, little gate from the door. It's this window right here, and this is the one that everyone peeks, and I really do not suggest peeking from here, because 9 times out of 10 you're probably gonna die if the other team knows what they're doing. So like I said, they can go up the stairwell from that spawn, and they're gonna end up right here. And again, a lot of people just expect this peek, but yeah, if you can catch them off guard, you can get some kills, but I don't suggest doing this peek. In the same room, we have the window beside it where you can actually punch it out and get great vision of people coming through the tunnel. And this is a great one because as people come this way, you're going to see their feet before they can see you. You're actually going to see almost up to their chest before they can see you. So yeah, you have great advantage here. Once you see them, like, it's easy kill. You're not really like in a dangerous spot. They can't really shoot you from over here if you're behind this wall. So just wait behind this wall and yeah, aim right here. And you can follow the same kind of idea with this one from the room right beside it, or right here, where you just want to punch the left side of the window. You can actually break this whole window. They're not going to look up here. And again, you can catch people coming out of the tunnel right there. So this one, they're probably not going to see you. So if you feel like breaking down the whole window, go ahead, because again, no one's going to look up here. You just have to be quick and have good reflexes so that when they run by, you're able to shoot them. Alright guys, so for the next peek, we're actually downstairs in the boathouse. So a lot of people peek this one right here where they punch this door and they wait for people to come around the corner and shoot them through the window. And this is a great peek. A lot of people do this one. The only problem is it is becoming a very popular peek, so a lot of people are expecting it. My suggestion to counter this is either break a hole right here and shoot them through the window, just because they're less likely to look here. It might be more obvious to see though, so it's like, I don't know. Personal preference, either peek the door or peek right here. But what I would suggest doing instead of doing that is actually breaking a hole on the right side and waiting for them right here. As you can see, the boat kind of protects you from people over there. I mean, if they go through the window and you hear a window shatter, they're probably coming this way and I would leave. But otherwise, you can wait right here, and as they come around the boat, easy kills. Alright, so there's a few more secrets for this building, but I want to show you guys the rest of the basic peaks before I get to those. So you can punch this window right here in the connector hallway and wait for them here. I don't really like this one. It's very obvious they look here. Same with this one. I don't really like it, but hey, do what you want. And then let's go into this building right here. So we are in the maps office on the second floor, and I really don't like this peek, so I'm going to go through it quickly. But either of these windows, you can peek it, and you can get good vision right there. The only problem is, this one's obvious. They look instantly right here. You're probably going to get shot. And if anyone goes up top, they might shoot you too. So, I mean, you're really vulnerable here, and I don't suggest peeking this one. Let me show you my favorite peek on this whole map, and that's right down here. So, when I want to peek, so when the objective is in the boathouse, right, on the lower floor of the other building, what I like to do is I wait till the round starts, prep phase is over, and then I come over here and I pull this window down. And guys, you don't understand how many kills I get from here. Like, sometimes I wipe the whole team by myself from this garage because it's a tough place for them to kill you. But anyways, here we go. So what I like to do is I wait behind this van, and I either kill them right here. Usually I'll wait a little bit till I see more than one. You can kill them right here. The best place to kill them, guys, the best place is actually waiting right here, either lying down right here, and you wait for them, because the thermite, if you're in the boathouse and you reinforce that wall, thermite is almost always going to charge this wall, right? So what you want to do is you want to wait here till you see thermite, and then when he's either planting it on the wall, you can maybe get a shot in, or if he backs up, because a lot of people at the higher ranks either fake charges and stuff like that, so they can't bandit trick it. So he'll fake it, and then he'll back up, and then it's boom, headshot, thermite's down, and it should be an easier round win for you guys. But yeah, so once you kill someone, I mean, they're probably gonna know that you're here, especially if they have mics. But you're not out of luck. You can either, you can run and retreat back to the other building, but I really like to just camp it out here, and they can try to kill me. Sometimes I've had the whole team rush me and I just kill them all, because look at, it's really hard to kill you in here. You can, if you can aim or whatever and they're trying to shoot you from out there, they're really exposed. If they try to rush you, you can usually hear, so they're coming down the stairwell, you know what I mean? It's just a tough spot for them to kill you. So this is my favorite peak of this map, and yeah, ideal for when your team has the objective in boathouse. Alright guys, and the last one from this building at least is these top windows, and I like I said before, I really don't like picking them. They're just very obvious when they come. So the tough part about picking these windows, right, is you're trying to get kills down here ideally, and a lot of people will come up on the roof, and then it's just a pure shootout, and you're confined to this window. It's just not good. So that kind of goes for almost all these windows. I don't really like them. They're very obvious and they're very easy to die in. If that makes sense, to die in. But yeah, so you're trying to shoot down here, but you also have to defend from up here. It's just a tough spot, and that goes for this one as well. The only one that I would suggest peeking maybe is this one. But again, a lot of people peek from here. See, it's good vision, of the spawn. But at the medium to higher ranks, they expect this window almost instantly. So when I come around that corner as an attacker, I'm always looking right here for the person who's dumb enough to do this peek on me. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I wouldn't really suggest peeking from here, but those are some options. Alright guys, so to finish things off, I'm going to show you guys two of my favorite spots, and that's this window right here. And I know we peeked it to peak construction site, but this is actually for the floating dock spawn over here. When the objective is in that far building. So when the objective is over there, a lot of people still choose this floating dock spawn because it's the safest spawn to spawn from. It's the hardest one to spawn peak directly. So a lot of people still choose this as a spawn. So when the objective is over there, what I like to do is break this window and wait right here, because honestly, people are going to run across this bridge, and sometimes it's the whole team that run across this bridge, and I usually wait for more than one person to run by, just because I'm so confident that so many people spawn here, that I'll wait for one or two or three even to run by here, and then once I see them, it's literally easy kills. They don't know what the hell they're getting shot from, and it's if you time this perfectly, that everyone's just on the bridge right there, it's easy kills. Alright, so let me show you guys my other little secret spot that I like to do. Is I like to come into this room right here, stupid radio, and same idea. If the objective is over there, I use this one, and that's I break this window down. You can actually pull the thing out, because most people will spawn over here, or they'll spawn at construction site, but the ones spawning over here are really only worried about people peeking from that building. So what I like to do is I wait right here and just lean and aim right here, because a lot of times, especially if it's in the top floor, guys, they will come out from this roof and go over on top of the connector and try to breach the reinforced wall, which most teams reinforce right there. So usually you can wait right here, and almost always it'll be Thermite who runs along this little thing, and it's an easy kill. So I just thought I'd leave you guys with those little two of my favorite little tricks, and I'm probably gonna die a lot more now that I showed you guys them. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah. Alright guys, I know that was a long video, and thank you so much if you made it to the end. Let me know in the comments down below if the video was too long. I tried to show every possible peek because this map was highly requested, so I wanted to make sure I did a good job with it. But yeah, thanks for watching and good luck sieging.